Hello guys, I hope everyone is fine. In this video we will talk about the plasma therapy in the management of the COVID-19. Plasma is when we remove these cells from the blood. This plasma will contain albumin, immunoglobulins are the antibodies and the clotting factors. Now the question arises, from where comes the antibodies? In order that to understand, we need to understand the immune system of our body. Our body's immune system comprises of the two arms. One is the innate arm and one is the acquired arm. Innate arm is something which we are born with. The major portion of it contains the macrophages. Now these macrophages, whenever a virus enters into our body, they attack the virus. Now they engulf the virus and they cut it into pieces, and a part of the virus is then shifted on the surface of the macrophages, and on its surface it contains MHC2, major histocompatibility complex 2, as a receptor. Now that receptor sorts of puts the piece of the virus on top of it and then present it to the naive T cell. Now these macrophages, these are behaving like the APC or antigen presenting cell. These T cells, these were located in our lymphoid system, including the lymph nodes. Macrophages went there, it presented the part of the virus to the naive T cell, and those naive T cells, they got also the stimulation from the cytokines, which also came from the macrophages, and then they made T helper 2 cells. These T helper 2 cell then had to go to the B cell, which is another element of our immune system. These B cells are also located in the lymphoid tissue, including the lymph nodes. Now with the help of the interleukin 4 and 5, these B cells, they'll start making Y-shaped antibodies. Now the piece of the virus which was presented from the macrophages to the naive T cells and later on to the B cells is known as the antigen. And the antibodies are those which are made as a result to kill these viruses. Now how these antibodies will kill the viruses? These are Y-shaped and they get attached to the receptor of the virus. Now if you just imagine, the virus has got a spike glycoprotein or S glycoprotein, a membrane protein or the M protein, E protein or the envelope protein, and lastly it also has got the nucleocapsid which has a RNA and the structure protein. So when the S glycoprotein, with the help of which the virus used to attach our ACE2 receptors on the type 2 pneumocyte, it already gets occupied by the antibodies. So the virus is not able to attach to our cells, so it gets neutralized. Not only this, when the antibodies they coat the virus, then the macrophages they very rapidly come towards the viruses and they start eating them up very eagerly. Now it becomes very easy for them to eat these viruses after they have been coated by the antibodies. This process is known as the opsonization. And also these antibodies, these also stimulate the complement system. And ultimately that complement system result in the formation of the C3b. The complement system is also another very important part of our acquired immune system. Now these C3b, they also start coating the viruses. And the macrophages find it again very easy to eat up or engulf those viruses which are coated by the C3b. So this is how these antibodies help the macrophages to kill the virus and also neutralize the virus by themselves. There are two major types of the antibodies which are formed by our acquired immune system. One is the immunoglobulin M, which are synthesized within the first 7 to 10 days of attack of the virus and then they vanish. The second one is one of the very important antibodies we call the immunoglobulin G. They are formed after 7 to 12 days of the attack and they remain for a long period of time. Now those patients whose immune system is able enough to produce antibodies and then defend themselves, this will be known as the active immunity. While if a patient is old or diabetic, hypertensive or very young, or a patient of the ischemic heart disease, or somehow the patient had been using immunosuppressive drugs, for example cancer patients, then those patients will not be able to synthesize their own antibodies. But we need to give them these antibodies to fight off the infection or the virus, and COVID-19 in this case. So we will take the antibodies from a person who has already recovered from the infection, and we will inject that or transfuse that plasma from that patient who's now the donor to the person who's now the recipient. Then the antibodies which are preformed will be transfused in the person to fight off the infection. This sort of immunity will be known as the passive immunity. Now because there is too much damage at the hands of the coronavirus, almost more than 2 million people are infected, and more than 160,000 people have already died. Almost 38,000 died in the United States of America. So its onslaught seems not stopping. What are our ways out of this infection? Either we develop a vaccine wherein a part of the virus will be rendered weak and it will be injected into different persons, and their immune system will be stimulated to form immunoglobulins or antibodies against this virus, because there is a quality of the B cells that they develop the memory of the virus. So whenever a virus just starts to enter into the body, there will be antibodies already circulating in our system, and the B cell will be so much primed that it will immediately make antibodies against the virus and it will protect the body. So this is a way the vaccines work, and this is the way the vaccines are developed. But up till now, up till this date, which is 19th of April 2020, we have no vaccine in our hands. And one very important thing, if a pregnant woman, if a lady who's pregnant has developed COVID-19 infection and has been successfully managed by the production of the immunoglobulins, especially the immunoglobulin G, by her immune system, then these immunoglobulin G can be or will get transmitted to the infant to protect the child. And these immunoglobulin G, these are also located within our oral cavity, so they are readily can start the fight against the virus whenever it tries to enters in our body. So these are the benefit of immunoglobulins, especially immunoglobulin G. Apart from the vaccination, there is another hope. If 60% of the population of the world gets infected and somehow survives, they will be immune and they will work as a shield between the virus and the immunocompromised people, which I already mentioned. So this is known as the herd immunity. But up till so far, or up till now, there haven't been so many infections. Secondly, it will be at the cost of so many lives lost. So again, this isn't a good business to do with the virus. So lastly, we can use the plasma of those people who have recovered from the virus, and we can transfuse this plasma to those patients who are still in the infection, or they are compromised, or they are deteriorated after the onslaught of the virus. So this is known as the plasma therapy, and this has been regulated, and this has been recommended by different countries and by different societies in the medical field. I hope it makes some sense to you, and thank you so much for watching the video.